big fans, and I want to tell you about being a big fan. I was a season ticket holder at Arrowhead from 1991 through 2011, and everybody wants to talk about the Gannon and Gerbach debate, but I want to take it back to 1996. Steve Bono was in his last year with the Chiefs at that time, and the Chiefs started the season 4-0. Steve Bono, and the Chiefs were on the verge of slipping out of the playoffs. And then Marty Schottenheimer said he wanted you to be the starting quarterback. You came in and you won a big road game against the Detroit Lions. All the Chiefs had to do all they had to do was win one of their last two games. And in the 15th game of the season, you pulled a hamstring, and the Chiefs had to go back to Steve Bono as a quarterback. And when you went out of that game, speaking from being in section 110 where I sit, I could speak for the entire crowd. We were just deflated because Bono didn't have the confidence to go back in there. We knew it because we were behind Rich Gannon, our new starter, and consequently the Chiefs lost that game to the Colts, and the Chiefs lost the last game of the season at Buffalo with Bono as a starting quarterback. After that season, Steve Bono was released. In the spring of 1997, free agency began. Marty Schottenheimer brought in free agent quarterbacks Chris Chandler, Heath Schuler, and Elvis Gerbach. And my wife even said to me, she said, "Why are they bringing in all these quarterbacks when they got Rich Gannon? Isn't he still the starter?" And I said, "Honey, I think so. I think he should be." So I'm still with my wife. We're celebrating our 30 years of marriage next month. So going into the 1997 season when Marty was bringing in all those veteran free agent quarterbacks, did Marty Schottenheimer question your durability to be the starter when all that was going on? Did he bring that up to you about your durability, or is that just something that you just had to accept? How was that?
Yeah, my durability really wasn't an issue. That injury that happened in that game was a fluke injury. I was actually sliding for a first down, and the defender tried to tag me down, and I wound up pushing my leg straight back over my head, and that's how I got the hamstring injury. It's just kind of a fluke injury, and those type of things happen. But I think the problem with Carl Peterson and Marty Schottenheimer, I never really had a lot of conversations with them about my role as a starting quarterback. I think when they had Bono, they felt like they could win despite him. We had a really good defense. We had a really good running game with Marcus and a good offensive line. And it just felt like, we could win by being good on defense, good in the kicking game, and not turning the ball over. And that's kind of how we won. And I think when they brought in Elvis, they thought there'd be a little bit more of an upside in terms of the production at the quarterback position. The thing about Elvis, it's just, he didn't have the passion and the commitment that I had. And I think it was pretty evident to the players and the coaches. It just apparently wasn't that evident to Marty. Marty never really gave me the opportunity to be the starter in Kansas City. And that really was hard for me. I tried to be a good teammate and support everybody and do what I could. But I think the decision to play Elvis in the playoff game against Denver was probably one of the worst decisions the organization ever made. He just wasn't physically ready to play. He missed 7 or 8 games, just wasn't ready to play. And, when you get that close, when you go 13-3 and have home field advantage at Arrowhead, you like to think you can get the deal done and close it out and get yourself to a Super Bowl. That team was good enough to win a Super Bowl.
Rich,